Hey, this is Professor York here again, and I wanted to cover the second piece I saw as a gap from today's presentations, which is dealing with getting back to being strategic, which is understanding rather than just being and talking about tactics, but let's talk about what those tactics are meant to be able to do strategically. So one of the key terms you'll hear me talk about is the marketing funnel. So does anyone of you know what a marketing funnel is? Okay, so the funnel is actually not just one funnel, but it is actually two funnels that are joined together. And it stands for, the acronym for it is best is GKG, which means get, keep, and grow. So let's take a look at this funnel here. There's one for physical and there's also one for digital. But let's look at first and foremost the front part of the funnel, which is called getting customers. And this is where a lot of we're all exposed to from a marketing tactical standpoint. You see advertising on TV, you see social media, you see click-throughs, you see what we call earned media, which can be some things that Donald Trump has done in terms of all the press coverage he's got. But there's a lot of small businesses that will do things where they'll get write-ups in the Tribune. Okay, and that is earned, and that's free media versus paid media, which is where you're paying for the advertising, you're paying for the Google AdWords, you're paying for the airtime that's there, you're paying for the advertising that you're placing in print. Another earned is by having a really good blog. So what is the purpose of this? Is create attention and awareness. And, the folks in the car business are really good about that because we're not going to buy a car every day, but we're aware of certain brands of cars, what they offer in terms of benefits, features, even their positioning to us in terms of who we are as car drivers and buyers, so that when that time does come, we have them top of mind. Okay, and even on the local level, you have dealers who have regularly advertised so that you're thinking about them when it time comes to buy a car. But it doesn't just stop there. You have to design your tactics to affect each piece in the funnel. So in the funnel, what we have to think about is EICP, or awareness, interest, consideration, purchase, in terms of that, what I call that purchase driver process, or AIDA, which is awareness, interest, decision, and acquisition. But basically the whole point is we're trying to figure out as marketers, how do we get them in the funnel? But how do we move them through this process most efficiently to the purchase? And that's where layering down different pieces from your social to also your traditional media to what you do even at the point of purchase. It may be the tasting room, what you do in a tasting room. It may be sampling. It may be the test drive of the car. All those things go into driving that customer in from just being aware to ultimately signing on the dotted line, joining your wine club, buying that beautiful new automobile. Okay, and this is critical to build that customer relationship. But that customer relationship doesn't end with the sale. If you're a good, savvy marketer, you know that you got to keep that customer, because a lot of sales, remember, are just not one-time sales, but it's over a lifetime of a customer. And so what you can do, and you're probably all familiar with loyalty programs and product updates and check-in calls and customer satisfaction surveys. And this is all to be able to keep you part of that community, making you feel good. Okay? Being in the wine business, inviting you to various pickup parties or special events for members so that you feel good about not just that first purchase, but being a part of the community. And ultimately, if you're savvy, once you have this good locked-in customers, how do we grow that customer? And you'll see that what happens is, and you probably have noticed how you've been involved with a particular product or company, and you get an offer to add on another service, or upgrade your phone, or maybe tie in some ancillary auxiliary items or peripherals that are there. So what they're doing is expanding. That's why you see in wine rooms where they have swag, where they have various gifts, is they're looking to cross-sell. And in a wine tasting, what you're trying to do is not just if you have someone who's a primary member in the basic wine club, how do you get them into maybe the specialty wine club or the place that has the estate wines? And last but not least is this whole point of the whole relationship you have with the customer. Okay? And this is very key when you're working with the client, is realizing is you are trying to build out your own personal brand reputation as an agency so that what they're doing is referring you. And I'll tell you, the strength of our business has been really the referral base of happy customers and clients. This funnel also ties in web and mobile. And as you can see, there's a few different tweaks to this, but it's acquire, and then landing in the landing page, but activation. And you'll see in a lot of landing pages that there's a call to action that's very, very key that's there. You're trying to move them down in terms of some type of relationship. And this is where you find social media comes into a lot of great play. Because the point of social media is trying to get that customer to join in, get to that website. So ultimately that they are going to take that step further and become part of a mailing list, part of, actually acquiring the product, or whatever the next action step would be that's there. But it's not just social media. You see that you may have traditional media as well, and you see a number of advertisements. In fact, I love the classic Super Bowl ads I used to have with Pets.com, etc. That was to drive attention so that you would go to the website. And then articles in the trade press, plus the public press about, and this is this free earned media to get customers. And then in the web mobile space, there are a number of programs or tactics that are, to keep, again, blogs, which are very, very critical in terms of any website, but RSS feeds and email programs and automated marketing, and then various contests and events. And these are type of things that will be taken into the physical side, loyalty programs, and then, various product and then outreach programs. And then, as you can see on the get side, in terms of growing customers. So anyway, that sort of gives you a sense of, the funnel. And I just wanted you to become familiar with it because it will become an invaluable strategic tool. So that's it for this evening in terms of mini lectures. And hopefully this will be helpful. Take a few minutes, take a few notes, be prepared for discussion on Wednesday.